Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars and welcome to my review of episode 4 of Picard, the new Star Trek show. Now, I've reviewed all the episodes so far leading up to episode 4, and I think, and I did say this in my review last week, that there has been a steady decline here in the quality of these episodes, and I think the slow realisation that this show really is not going anywhere and it's just really trying to tap into nostalgia for a lot of fans. I was hoping last week that we were going to get an increase in quality of episodes, but I'm sad to report that that's not really what we get here in episode 4. Absolute Candor it's called. I don't think there's been an improvement at all, if I'm being honest. In fact, I think there's been a slight decline. Now, this episode focuses on Picard, who's now got his ship and his so-called crew. And we are treated at the beginning to a trip down memory lane when he's been trying to relocate the Romulans when he was in Starfleet a decade or so earlier, and then we are introduced to a few characters, and then it jumps forward again to the present, and he wants to go back and visit this planet for nostalgia mainly, but I mean the real reason he ends up going there is to get a new crew member, but I suppose there has to be a reason for him to get to the planet, and so he wanders around this Romulan planet. You get the usual racial tensions that was very predictable and a little bit boring here. Romulans segregating themselves, saying only Romulans allowed beyond this point type of stuff. It's a bit boring, and Picard defies that. And then you get we're treated to a little bit of a space battle, and we are introduced to 7 of 9, and that's not a spoiler. You've seen 7 of 9 in the trailers. You know she's going to be turning up at some point. Well, she's introduced at the end of this episode, and notably this episode was directed by Jonathan Frakes, which is another little tidbit there for Star Trek fans. I'm not sure how many of the episodes he's actually directing. He could have directed them all. I just really noticed it this time. It said Jonathan Frakes. So yeah, not a lot else happened in this episode. The stuff on the Borg cube with Data's daughter is getting a bit dull now. That's just going nowhere. Keeps going back to these Romulans that are trying to program her, or I don't know what they're doing, but it's boring whatever's happening on that Borg cube. And they're spreading this series out over 10 episodes, and maybe it could have been 6 episodes. Maybe they could have fitted it better into 6 episodes, because it feels like they're spreading a little bit of butter over a lot of toast. There's not enough story here to spread over 10 episodes. They're dragging it out terribly. And I think that was the thing that we got again here with this episode. It just felt dragged out, long, dull, and there's something just not right about Patrick Stewart's performance as Picard. He just doesn't feel at times like Picard. And I know it's an older Picard. He's been out of Starfleet for a number of years, but that fire seems to have gone in his belly. He was really a powerful character, Picard. Demanded respect and demanded to be heard, and now maybe that's part of the reason. Maybe no one listens to him anymore. Maybe he's lost that luster, but it doesn't make him Picard anymore. He doesn't feel like Picard. He just feels like an old man who's having to go on this journey for his own peace of mind and nobody else's, it would seem. So yeah, I'm really at odds with this show. I want to continue watching it because I love this character and I love Star Trek to a large degree. I'm just not sure what they're doing with the show. I'm not sure they know what they're doing at all, because I certainly don't know what they're doing with it. It seems like a very simple story that they're massively overcomplicating, and trying to make it really intertwined and political and stuff, and it's just not. It's not. It's actually quite a simple story that they're really, really overcomplicating and making it a little bit dull. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a decline this week. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. I gave last week's a 7. Please get better, Picard. It's not horrifically bad. It's certainly watchable. It's just you expect more from A Star Trek show, and B, a Picard show after all these years, and this is what they're giving us. It feels like a dull drama. So yeah, please get better, Picard, and let's hope next week's episode does pick up. So thanks for watching, everybody, and let me know in the comments if you're watching Picard what your thoughts are. Am I way off the mark here? Is it getting worse, or is it just me that's expecting more? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, everybody.